Now, our featured artists this evening are the duo Tablano. I really look forward to doing the spotlight every week because we have an abundance of British Asian talent, and these are just two of them. So they are the duo Tablano, who are Paras Malde and Nilesh Thakore, and here is a taste of their music. Absolutely breathtaking. Just carries you away, doesn't it? So that was Journeys by Tablano, and I'm delighted to say that for the first time ever on radio, here they are. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi, Shruti.
So, are you looking forward to fully coming out of lockdown, Paras?
Oh my God. Can't wait. Can't wait for lots of reasons. Music is definitely up on the list. Can't wait to gig live again. Right, Nilesh?
Cannot wait. Cannot wait at
What's the first thing that you're going to do, Nilesh, once there's absolutely no restrictions?
And we'll get on that stage, go with Paras, and we want to perform Tablano live, don't we, Paras?
Oh my God. Yes, that'll be a real dream come true. I mean, doing all this just over lockdown, like from our respective homes, and there's a different kind of magic. But doing it in person is going to be even more magical for sure, Nilesh.
So I think a lot of us, just getting through the pandemic was hard enough, right? You guys wrote an album over lockdown. Tell us about that, Paras.
Yeah, so basically, digital music was the thing. That's where the demand was, and we were obviously just missing doing our music and performing, and we wanted to take a venture out and just explore the digital side. So we just came up with a track. And collabed from our homes, and then that was quite a good. There was quite a good response to that, and we were like, oh my God, we've got potential to have an album eventually, because we had so many ideas like flowing. What do you think, Nilesh? We were just buzzing that time.
Yeah, big time. Like really, like one of our tracks is actually called Lockdown Joys, and the plus side from all of this is what we've managed to do. Like, we could send stuff across email, we could work, we had the time because everything was closed down. So we actually had the time to be creative, do something a bit different. And, I've known Paras for a long time, and we've never had the time to make this happen. So that was a real positive that we could actually do this and have the time to make it something different and do something original.
I mean, I listened to the track and it's really well produced, but I can imagine that there were a lot of technical difficulties. It can't have been easy, could it have, Paras?
No, yeah, it was a lot of tennis, because we were sending files and we'd message, send WhatsApp audios, be like, I think we should take the bass down here, or play something a bit more intense in this, like, let's build it up, and whatever we're feeling at the time or when we were listening to the music, and we weren't so set on the vision of each track, like how it was going to progress, but just by each day is a new day, and every human goes through its own feeling and emotion, and just whatever we were feeling that day, we would just communicate it, and then just try edit it, and then just both assess it and see, like, did that work, did that flow well, did it go and suit the track? So it just all evolved. Is honestly magic. So blessed to have the time.
And Tablano is a really interesting name. Where did that come from, Nilesh?
So it's kind of a fusion of, so Paras plays the tabla in Tablano, and I'm playing the piano in the Tablano. So it's the tabla part of Tablano, and then the piano, just the no part, and then we fuse it together. So it's kind of a fusion of the two instruments in the name. So
I thought it sounded...
We were like, should it be the other way around, like piala? But no, it was Tablano sounded the best.
Yeah, I was thinking, because Tablano sounds a little bit Italian. I studied Italian when I was at school, so I was like, what's going on there? Italian vibes, or I mean, what kind of vibes are you going for? Is it fusion, Paras?
Yeah, absolutely. Just just literally focusing on the tabla and the piano. So Nilesh has used the digital piano with some of the tracks having slight other sounds involved, but the piano is there, and they're just both beautiful instruments in the Western field of piano and tabla, but there's just delicacy and grace of all the sounds. So we were like, it hasn't been done before, just dedicated to these two majestic instruments. So you're like, yeah, and a lot of people working from home and stuff, and a lot of background music is available on Spotify. So we just thought, let's bring the two cultures together.
So I know a bit more about you guys as a duo, as Tablano, but what about you individually? How did you get where you are? So Nilesh, you're a pianist, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Shruti. So I actually started when I was 7, and then I
Wow.
started training as a classical pianist. So I did my Mozart's, Bach's, Beethoven's, all that sort of stuff. And then I kind of got to my grade 8, and then I kind of, it was okay, but I wasn't really feeling it as such. And then it could have, unfortunately, I see it a lot of time where you kind of learn when you're young, and then it kind of falls by the wayside when work takes over and life takes over and all that sort of thing. But fortunately, I managed to meet like-minded people at university, and we're still in the band today, the band Gia. And almost over 10 years down the line, we're still together, and we meet up weekly. And I've worked freelance with Paras and many other musicians over the years, and we've just got that passion and that drive to want to just keep doing it, as a very serious hobby, and it just makes us happy, and gives us that energy and that creativity to do all these different things. Now, that's kind of our journey, my journey.
I have actually heard you play, and you are absolutely brilliant, Nilesh. And Paras,
thank you, Shruti.
I met you on the dusty streets of Ahmedabad, didn't I?
Yes, I was going to bring that up in case you didn't bring it up.
So tell me about your journey.
Yeah, so I've been playing tabla since I was 6. That was my first instrument. And growing up through a Sunday organization called Shishkunj, where we would sing Pratna and bhajan. So we were always singing every Sunday, every week. And opportunities in London just were always there. And luckily, parents found the talent in me. And obviously, I had the drive and energy to keep going and just, evolving and learning. And done lots of different things, part of a few bands, do a lot of freelance stuff, was part of the Olympics opening ceremony.
Wow.
All sorts. It's just, London's amazing. So is Leicester.
I'm glad you said that.
Haven't done much in Leicester yet, but no, there's a lot of talent everywhere. London, Leicester, Birmingham. But yeah. And like Nilesh said, we've just always collaborating with different people. But Nilesh and I definitely have a special connection. We probably felt that when we did the video shoots recently, it reminded us of how our music is so in sync, and how what we feel inside is just naturally there. Like it's luck, and it's a blessing, and we just obviously get on so well as people, but through music as well, it's a different depth of connection.
Because when was the last live gig we? Sorry, Shruti. I was just saying the last live gig we did was Navratri, wasn't it, Paras? And then we just had that massive connection. Then the videos when we did them for this Tablano, we actually, we already recorded the music, and the connection we had just from the video side of things was just reminded us of the live gigs.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Because I mean, duos, it's not just that two talented musicians, you just plonk them together and then they create magic. There has to be some kind of, what I'm getting from you, like some kind of spiritual connection. You're nodding away, Paras.
Yeah, like chemistry. In whatever you're doing, like say if you're on a date, you look for chemistry, right? Things are gonna just feel right. It's the feeling. So I think the way we've especially improvised on some of these tracks and pushed the boundaries, they all came quite naturally, and it's a lot of luck and blessings from up there.
So I'll go back to where we met, Paras. So on the dusty streets of Ahmedabad, we were both out. We were both out there having Indian classical vocal training. And you are a really talented singer too. So how did that play a part in what you're doing on the album?
Yeah, well, singing, that was an amazing time we had. We were in Ahmedabad, and we had a few different teachers, and singing has always been there, and it's probably pushed a lot more over lockdown as well. But yeah, we've managed to I've managed to one of my tracks, Arabian Breeze, that we're actually releasing the video this weekend on YouTube. So yeah, there's a bit of Parhant. Parhant is a recitation of classical. So tried to keep it mystic in the way I was expressing my voice, and keep it punchy, just as the track is. So I think we're going to be presenting it now to you. Is
In
that
a,
right,
in
Shruti?
a moment, in a moment.
Oh, in a moment.
Before that, I wanted to ask. I know as an artist, so I'm a poet as well. We create our art and then we put it out into the world, and we have absolutely no control of what it will mean to someone, how it will impact someone. But if you had a say in that, or what do you hope, Nilesh, that this album, how do you hope that it impacts people?
Well, I just think it's that subconscious connection, really. Like it's not each track will mean something completely different to yourself, Shruti, or to Paras, or to myself, or anyone else who listens to it. But what we just want to get out there is that that disconnect from your day-to-day life, just that kind of connection with your inner self, and just ultimate relaxation, really. Like it's and seeing the intricacies between the piano and the tabla and how they're talking to each other essentially, and kind of almost engaging with the music in your own personal way. That's kind of how it's not a dictating way to anyone. It's just make it your own in your own way, however you want to do it. And you do your spoken word, Shruti, so it's the same thing. How you deliver it, and everyone has their own connection to how you deliver it and how you engage with this. That's kind of my wish for people when they listen to our stuff.
And I think we've all learned over lockdown this past year, we've learned to connect a little bit more, to listen to ourselves, to be still with ourselves a little bit more. So while this came out of lockdown, I'm sure that it will have enduring relevance in the years to come, in the times to come. Wouldn't you agree, Paras?
Absolutely. We were really sort of careful how we named each track as well, and we wanted to be deep and meaningful, as lockdown has been in its own ways. So Black and White, Journeys, Lockdown Joys, Arabian Breeze was a different mix, because we just wanted to change things up a little bit. But it's just the connection and the stillness, as you said, because it's so important. It's so important, and I'm sure a lot of people value that and will value it and will want to retain a bit of that as things go back to normal. Not always easy to do, but music is a great gateway to have that. And these tracks will always be on the digital platforms where people can listen and wind down with.
Okay, so if people want to hear more about you, read more about you, hear more of your work, where can they find you online, Nilesh?
So we're on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all the platforms. So if you just type in Tablano,
okay,
and Facebook, Instagram as well. So all of those platforms you can find us and follow us.
Okay, great. So we're going to be hearing one of your tracks now. Could I ask you, Paras, to introduce the track from your album? And thanks so much for joining me. And take it away, Paras.
Yeah, so this is the third release on this weekend in terms of the videos. It's called Arabian Breeze, and this is a different mix to the rest of the album. It's basically giving that feel of the Arabian culture. So we hope you enjoy it. Thanks for your time, Shruti.
Thank you, Shruti.